What does daydreaming mean? If you've ever wondered, then you will be amazed by the results of a groundbreaking new scientific study. It turns out that our daydreams mean a lot and are actually crucial to our well-being. We know that the mind communicates with us when we dream, and our daydreams speak to us too. Not only that, but daydreaming is good for our health. So if you have ever been told to take your head out of the clouds, don't. Daydreamers tend to be healthier and more successful. Psychological studies suggest that daydreams are important for helping us to realize our goals. And if that's true, we should all be making the most of our daydreams. What does daydreaming mean, and do daydreams affect us? Daydreaming organizes as paradoxical as that sounds, says Eric Klinger, the professor of psychology at the University of Minnesota. People tend to believe that their daydreams are scatterbrained, but in actual fact daydreams help to organize our life, reminding us of upcoming events, preparing us for future situations and recalling the past in order to learn lessons from it. So what does daydreaming mean? It means the mind is preparing us and teaching us. That might seem strange, because it usually feels like daydreams have no rhyme or reason. Daydreams tend to jump from one subject to another seemingly erratically. They last for only about 14 seconds, and there's no unifying factor to daydreams. They are highly individual. Daydreams are about personal goals, so they're individual. There is no classic daydream, says Klinger. They usually don't provide new information, but rather confirm what people already know. You need to be aware of them, though, because daydreaming is vital to self-communication. Daydreaming distances us from reality, making us more receptive to our subconscious minds, but the meaning of daydreams is usually hidden. They are mysterious and cryptic. Different people daydream in different ways. Children and adolescents tend to daydream more than adults. For them, daydreaming is a vital means of exploring various possibilities in life. As we age, we begin to daydream less, perhaps because we have more of an understanding of ourselves and there is less experimenting that needs to be done, and therefore less need to daydream. Unsurprisingly, as we age we begin to daydream about love and about hero situations, like scoring a promotion at work and being respected for it. Adults also tend to have less violent daydreams because there are typically less hostile relationships in an adult's life, though this, of course, changes for those in war-torn countries. Interestingly, individuals who daydream more are not more detached from reality, research shows. Psychologists Judith Rue and Stephen Lin discovered that individuals who daydream more than average are no less successful and are equally well adjusted to those who daydream less. Those who daydream a great deal also tend to exhibit a higher degree of creativity. Children who daydream more have been shown to be less violent and to have greater emotional control than those children who daydream less often. Two of the most common themes in daydreams are the idea of the martyr and the hero. The martyr suffers the stress of their life, carrying emotional burdens, being misunderstood and underappreciated. These are the daydreams most regularly experienced by women. Men, on the other hand, more commonly experience the hero dream, in which they are powerful and successful, or in which they overcome their fears. For their heroics the individual has gifts, often lavished on them. The brave man is rewarded by his princess. Are your daydreams telling you it's time for a change? During times of stress we experience daydreaming in order to escape from reality to the safer realm of our dreams. Recurring escapist daydreams usually imply that the person needs to make a significant change in their life, like moving house or ending a relationship. Daydreaming often acts as therapy. It's like watching a movie in your head. The movie and the daydream change our moods. They also provide us with things we feel we lack. Poor people will daydream about money, single people daydream about relationships, and so on. The mind is self-administering medication. And it's a very important form of medication. Daydreams pass information to the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the most powerful part of the mind and, according to many gurus, is responsible for much of our destiny. Problem is, it is very hard to actually influence the subconscious mind. One way to access the subconscious is by using daydreams. And it's one of the only ways of accessing the subconscious. That's why if you want to access your subconscious mind, you should start with your daydreams. The benefits of daydreaming. Despite the fact that most of us are taught to take our heads out of the clouds, daydreaming actually offers many benefits. Daydreaming helps us to utilize the power of the brain. Daydreaming is a vital coping mechanism. Daydreaming encourages the development of new ideas. Daydreaming improves creativity. Daydreaming, it turns out, is a hugely beneficial practice. So go on, get your head in the clouds. Of course, all